You haven't gone live.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever part of the world you're watching me from. My name is Nyema Benson and you're tuned in to the Being Nigerian Talk Show. Oh, I'm so excited to have you on today on this beautiful talk show. We're here to lift the voices of Nigerians, of great Nigerians, both in home and in diaspora. We're here to empower voices. Of course, we know that Nigerians are successful people. We are very eager to be successful, and that's why the show is on, because you are about to learn how to be successful. Welcome on board. And my name is Nyema Benson, and I'm your host for today. As usual, I'm not going to be hosting the show alone. Never. I have someone that I admire so much. He's the producer of SSM. He's just one man that I love so much. His name is Massive Mark. I call him Massive Mark with the massive heart. Welcome on board. Welcome aboard, Massive Mark.
Yes. The words got me. At the point I didn't know where I was. Thank you. Yema, it's beautiful. Another edition of Being Nigeria, that Nigerian spirit. And thank you very much for, regardless of those things, those bad eggs amongst us, those bad eggs that probably do some nasty things. You still go on with your program, telling people that we're not this one, so we're not,
We're not.
Yes, that's beautiful. Last time we were talking of some chaps in Turkey that went to do some real nasty things.
Yeah.
But you see, it's just one out of millions of us. So we're still
exactly
a group of people. And thank you for putting out this program. How are you? How are you today?
So much. I'm very well, thank you. I'm good. Thank you.
I can't
okay,
wait
we're going
to meet you today.
Okay.
I can't wait to meet the guests today. I can't wait to meet your guests today.
I'm super excited, Massive Mark. I'm super excited. But let's just calm down first. We know we're bringing. Let's calm down. I know I'm going to be brainstorming, but people just calm down, okay? Let's calm down. Before we bring in the guests today, before we bring in, what words should I use? Because you're about to hear vocabularies that you've never heard in your life before. But let's just calm down. Before we go there, let's go on a very short break, and then when we return, I'm going to introduce our guests for today. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back, viewers. Welcome back to the Be Nigerian Talk Show. Today, I think it's 12 noon now in Nigeria, and it's 2 p.m. here in Turkey. I don't know what time is it in Russia, because the person we're bringing in is from Russia. Okay, wait, let me explain who this man is. I'm not reading anything. This man is someone that I admire. He is brilliant. He is smart. Like someone that I think he was the overall first student that came first in his masters. What was he studying in his masters? Like he was the overall student. That is what we are bringing, and they gave him a PhD to study the course he was studying. He's so brilliant, and he is a musician. He's a writer. He's a singer. He plays instrument. He's everything in one body. That's the definition of being Nigerian. He does everything. He is an educator. He is the chairman of Nigerians in Diaspora, NIDO president of Russia. That's who we are bringing today. And guess what? He's been on channel. He's been on all news platforms because he's just there advocating for Nigerians in Russia. I mean, this is a good work. He's an activist. Like, I love this man. I don't even know how to explain. I don't know, Maki, you have to help me because I am lost of words. Help me, let's introduce him together because I can't do this alone. This is not someone I can introduce alone.
Really, we do have dynamic Nigerians all over the world, and right there in Russia is a young man that is doing very impressive things for the community and for Nigeria at large. Yes, he comes from that academic field, and he's an embodiment of all other things, like you said, music, arts, culture. He exhibits it all. So viewers, you are going to sit back as we bring in our guest, special guest from Russia. Moscow, Russia is Dr. Ibe, Dr. Godwin Ibe. Dr. Godwin Ibe, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Although so many words to introduce a humble servant. Well, I am overwhelmed, flabbergasted. I'm humbled. I see myself as a servant of the people, and I continue to serve in every capacity I kind of find myself. So I'd like to thank you for inviting me. I'd also like to thank the viewers for tuning in. I hope that today we can be able to learn from each other, most importantly, and be able to tackle the issues that we face together.
Definitely. So I'm so happy to have you. Thank you for joining us. Like, that's the spirit of a leader. He said, my humble self. That's a leader. Okay, so first, we'd like you to introduce yourself. Like, tell us who you are. Just to let the viewers know. I know who you are already. I know who you are, but I want the viewers to know who you are.
I am Dr. Godwin Ibe, Dr. Godwin E. Ibe, and I am known mostly as a, do I say I'm mostly known as a public figure in terms of being popular on my social media handles, and also as the chairman of Nigerians in Diaspora organization, Russia, which aims for to promote and provide for the socio-economic development of Nigerians in Russia, including but not limited to adaptation, education, guidance, legal consultation and advice, making them best suited to be able to contribute to themselves, first of all, to their families and to the country, to help towards not just community development, but national development and human empowerment. We know that the image we have, the Nigerian image, affects each and every one of us wherever we find ourselves. Sometimes we are judged by our name, Nigeria, or by even our passport that we hold, even before our passport photographs are being seen. And for that reason, it is a joint effort to always work together to make sure that we move forward. I'm also known as a musician. By the way, I've also not just featured in many musical bands and many musical concerts. I've also been the head of instrumentalist department for churches, and I led jointly with other leaders church choir. So I've been both into gospel, jazz, both secular Christian music as well. Also, I'm interested and invested a lot in cultural exchange between where I find myself, Russia, and Nigeria, through not just educative programs, business forums, cultural displays, cultural festivals. By the way, we are inviting a Nigerian artist over to Russia for the first time. His works are going to be displayed in galleries. We're still trying to work out, put financial finishing touches to the deal. But yeah, we'll bring in a Nigerian artist. His works are going to be displayed in museums, in galleries, state galleries. In fact, he's going to be invited in a way that not ordinary people are invited. But this is someone who's going to be whose usual displays artworks. Also, we have our cultural groups dances where we dance, show all dances, every single major tribe and even the minor ones as much as we can are represented both in music, in dance, in clothes, in wares, in souvenirs, in food. We try as much as possible to for this cultural exchange, and we also while doing this also place emphasis on the economic development part of this cultural exchange. We don't just do cultural exchange just to put a smile and for everyone to smile and say, oh, it looks good, oh, it's nice. No, but we also do it so that those who are involved in the process are earning wages, have salaries, are experiencing growth economically, and such kind of exchange is organically developing. So we don't just do it just for fun. Of course, there's a lot of fun in it, but we also do it to improve and to grow the industry. And that's a little of some of the things I do as chairman of Nigerians in Diaspora Organization, Russia.
Nice. Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Godwin. So moving forward, it's obviously there are challenges as a leader, one community leader. How do you also overcome these challenges? Challenges, for example, of you being an African in a different, you're there in Russia and carrying your people, taking care of these people that are from Nigeria in this different terrain. How do you do all of this? This must be very challenging for you. Can we have an insight to this?
Yes, when you have an open mind, it's easy for you to be teachable. And when I came to Russia, I knew little about Russia. I didn't find a lot of things familiar, by the way, but I had to learn, adapt to them, and because I was able to learn and adapt to them, I'm able to teach other people and show other people the way. So I think first of all, it comes from open mind. Secondly, it comes from loving the culture and loving where you are. I mean, if you don't like the place, you like where you are, you can leave, and that's what I always say. But you have to like the place, and that means when I mean like not just from an emotional point of view, I also mean that you must be willing to contribute to the economic socio-economic development of the place where you find yourself. You must be adding, you must be one of the positive forces of good. Whatever your hand finds to do, you should do it diligently. Wherever you are seeing, there should be growth, progress in that place. And obviously, if you do that, you'll find out that one day, because you're able to solve your personal problems, one day you find out that you're able to solve not just your problems, but your neighbors' problems, your family's problems, and that's how much more responsibilities will be kind of naturally given to you. So I think that's the pathway to go to be able to adapt and to contribute to any place you find yourself.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Yema, yes, he just said that very well. Bridging the gap and getting involved in his community. Thank you, Dr. Godwin. Go ahead, Yema.
Nice, beautiful. Yes, I remember when I introduced my book to Dr. Godwin, and I was saying, okay, Nigerians, you're good people, we're good people, we're good people. I was like, no, that's not entirely true. I wasn't thinking that Nigerians would be bad people because I myself wasn't a bad person, and he himself wasn't a bad person. So I like the way he criticizes things. For you to see the like, okay, this don't depend on the single story you're trying to
Mhm,
project. Let's look at
mhm,
the other stories of Nigeria. So I
mhm.
like when he criticizes me like that. So I just want to ask, how you love music, you love you're a doctor of silence. Are you a doctor of books? I want to know that part. Are you a medical doctor? Let's know that part.
Medical doctor and also a doctor of world economics.
World economy.
Wow, beautiful. So how are you doing this? Yeah, like how you playing music? How are you being so interested? You're an academia, you're a doctor, medical doctor, you're like everything. How are you doing this? Is it the spirit of Nigeria? Like, let us understand, because I know that people, a lot of people like, how are Nigerians doing this? Like sometimes myself, I'm surprised how we could do this. Like, how are you doing this? Tell us, please.
I don't think I'm doing anything
Maybe my
extraordinary. I
internet.
think I don't think I'm doing anything extraordinary. I just think that when you do something you like to do and you invest time in it, you get better at it, and somebody somewhere will appreciate it. I I started off by just showing some of my works on Facebook and some of my even church performances and stuff. I didn't imagine that I would grow up to the kind of following I have now on some social media. Um, I I'm just maybe privileged to be in the position where a lot of people listen to me. I mean, I was surprised when I was checking. I mean, it's the first time it's happening because I was just checking the amount of people that had seen my posts on social media this year. I For the first time I saw it was close to 50 million. I was like, wait a minute, that's more than the population of some countries. Um, and I'm really really privileged that a lot of people are listening. Whether it's the comic part of my page, whether it's the music part, whether it's the economic part or the political part, whatever it is they like that makes 50 million people come to see my post from January this year till today. I think I should thank them. I thank them first of all for making out the time for enjoying whatever we do. We On all my pages, I celebrate not just my works. I promote the works of other people. Everyone who knows or follows me around see that I promote celebrities. I promote our artwork. I talk about everybody from David Doe to Tiwa Savage. I talk about everyone on my pages. I bring out their work. I talk about it. Even when they have nothing to show, they just dress well. I'll put their photo and say they are fantastically dressed today. I just say you cannot, as long as you are Nigerian, you have something to show. And I always
Wow.
make sure I play a part in displaying it and showing it to the world what we have, who we are, and how special we are. And everyone who follows me knows that I do that on a daily basis. So I think when you just do what you like to do, by the way, I have not arrived. I'm just starting. And when you start to do what you like to do, you um, will get better at it. You'll find people who like it, who appreciate it, and there's always like they say, there's no room larger than the
Mhm.
room of improvement.
Nice. Thank you
Wow.
very much, Dr. Godwin. So,
Thank
yes, let me go on this one now. So, you
you.
there are different aspects of things you do. What's the most? What's the one that excites you the most? What's that thing you do that? I mean, you can get lost doing it. You don't care even if you're not making money out of it. You're just so excited doing it. What is it that's that thing?
The one that gives me the most joy is when I get messages like, "Thank you so much, my chairman. Thank you
Hmm.
so much because you have done for me what my brother and wife will not do." And that's the one that I think touches me the most.
Wow.
Um, I
Yeah.
I I think that some of my works are So God has used me to, because of what I do, a lot of people are citizens of Russian Federation. A lot of people are know the language. A lot of people have their passports, their documents. A lot of people have been saved from deportation camp. A lot of people, just last week, I helped to facilitate somebody who could have been deported. I have people who send me prayers every day, and I'm not joking. Every day, just saying words of prayer, appreciating what I've been able to do for them. Some have sent messages like, "You've removed shame from my name, and God will never allow anything that has to do with shame." Those are the things that get me excited the most. Of course, everything I do, I enjoy doing them. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing them. Also, being able to solve problems and being able to stand up high despite the people who try to fight whatever you do, and still be able to live to the next day and continue what you do because you have so much good people behind you. By the way, I'm not alone. I have a lot of people who back me up, from executives in NIDO Russia to stakeholders, to friends, to family, well wishers. My parents are always praying for me and supporting me. And so I'm not alone, and in no way have I been able to achieve half of what I've done by just myself. But there has to be that foundation for there has to be that foundation to allow other people to be able to help you, to contribute to that foundation. So I think what I enjoy the most is making some people happy, um, and making lots of people happy, and getting the feedback from them that their lives have been changed. I mean, the one of that message I really like is when someone wrote me and said, "Because of you, sir, whenever I see a form in Russian language, I don't run away. I feel it."
Ah, okay.
That's really lovely.
That's really sorry, Yema, just one last one. I know you have your questions too, but because this also has some effect, I would like him to address. Dr. Godwin, Russia, NIDO, the Nigerian community in Russia seems to be embroiled in some funny situation. Sometimes we hear one group say something, another group says something. Now, can you please, because of being Nigeria, we are supposed to be one people, and this beautiful platform being Nigeria brings out that beautiful that beauty in us.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please tell us what's happening in Russia with the Nigerian community, the NIDO community, the NIDO leadership?
Yeah, wherever you have people gathered together, you find
Mm,
politics, and
mm,
I don't really so much want to wash maybe all the dirty lining in public.
mm,
But what I will tell you is that everywhere you find people, you find politics, and everywhere you find lots of eggs, you find some bad eggs. But
okay.
I've made it a point of policy to let my works and results speak for me.
Okay.
And when we registered NIDO, we basically were next to nothing in membership. But today, we are in thousands. We are in all federal districts of Russian Federation. A lot of people try to stop us. A lot of people, in fact, when I started uh, together with those who backed me up, shareholders especially, began NIDO, some people came to me and told me, Dr. Godwin, sorry, I don't mean to offend you. With all due respect, don't take it to heart. With all due respect, don't you have something better to do? And I, of course, I didn't take it to heart as an insult, but I had to reflect on what the person said. Don't I have something better to do? And I thought, do I have something better to do? And I thought, well, I need to have my priorities in place. And what are my priorities? Myself, my family, the community, and I had to evaluate that those priorities were there. And I felt, yeah, I was doing the right thing. I think that's the best thing I can do. If you can solve your problem, solve your family problem, and then extend it to the community. I think that's the best way to go about life. So we've been able to grow, we've been able to provide services, programs. It was in the course of providing these programs and extending even from Russia to outside of Russia that I was able to meet wonderful people like you, my namesake, Mark Godwin, and even Niema Benson. A lot of people try to even take us to court, try to not try to actually took us to court. A lot of people try to blackmail us. A lot of people try to say what we are doing is not what we should be doing. We should be doing what they think we should be doing. Yeah, a lot of people try. They did everything they could do, but we are not used to listening to whims and caprices. We are not emotionally driven. We are driven by principle. We are driven by, we respect mutual respect, we respect dignity, we respect long-term mutually beneficial goals, we respect human development, we respect national development, we respect cultural exchange. We don't respect it's my turn. We don't respect I am the kingmaker. We don't respect if you don't do it the way I want, I will not support you. We don't respect it must be my way or the highway. We have taken the highway so many times and it led us to success. So we are focused on our goals, and we would not entertain distractions. And we are happy that the results today can speak for themselves.
Beautiful. That's very sweet. I like the discipline. I mean, that's really great that we have disciplined Nigerians around the world. Okay, so how many languages do you speak?
Well, I wouldn't call myself a language expert in the sense that, okay, the language I seem to speak the best because I was opportune to live in different regions, and so I had to have just one unifying language in my head to unify all the languages I knew little of, and that was English. So it's my the language I speak the best. But obviously, I speak Igbo, I speak even French, I speak Dutch, by the way, I speak Russian language, and I'm always open to. I started learning even some Central Asian languages like Kyrgyzstan language. I sometimes speak to some of
Wow.
them in Central Asian languages. I also try to greet people in their local languages. So when I see someone from a country that that it's not Russia, I try to greet them first of all in their local language. So I speak a little bit, a couple of languages, little, but my main local language, I think those are the ones I speak the most.
Oh, that's good. So you know that language and culture goes hand in hand, right? So how has it shaped your worldview? How you view people? Like, has it changed your view from the Nigerian to, like, how has it changed you seeing people out there?
Yes, it has changed my not changed, it has shaped my mentality and helped in the course of my development. Because when you see me, I'm also, by the way, I'm the treasurer of Igbo community in Russia, and
Wow.
yes, and I take care of finances and expenses and other things. So when you see me very committed to my local tribe, you think um, I'm all Igbo, until when you see me in NIDO, you see, well, I'm all Nigerian. And then when you see me talking about Ghana jollof rice, you say I'm a Pan-Africanist. Or when you see me talking about bilateral relations between Nigeria and Russia, you say, oh, I'm pro-Russia. You can pick any name that suits you best. But I think you can always find something good and something mutually beneficial in every culture. And wherever I find myself, I try to build that bridge and build that mutually beneficial interaction between all the places I find myself, whether it's in Igbo community, Nigerians in Diaspora organization, and SSM, Schengen Story Media, and everywhere I find myself.
Beautiful. I know a lot of Nigerians are excited about you, and then they like your story. They want to be inspired by your story. Could you tell us a personal story that you want the people to share and relate with, how you've been able to get this far? Let's just hear a personal story of you, sir. I'd like to hear.
So I didn't start being, a lot of people think that being Nigerian, a lot of people think that, well, I started, showing, a lot of people who just met me today may think that, oh, I started showing my pro-Nigerian, all Nigerian stuff because I wanted to be the chairman of Nigerians in Diaspora organization. That cannot be further from the truth. Let me give you just a brief. When I was a student, I was the president of Nigerian Students Union. And even before I became the president of Nigerian Students Union, I was the personal unofficial assistant to the president of Nigerian Students Union. I used to be the one who carries handbag and follow him around. I was serving in the little way I could into facilitate the build-up of Nigerians in the university. And after seeing what I did, everyone noticed what I did. I came out in the next election cycle as the General Secretary of Nigerian Students Union, and I became the General Secretary. And then the next time, I became the President of Nigerian Students Union. While I was also doing masters, one of the things I did as a business was I would just meet a Nigerian on the street who wasn't working, and I would tell him, you shouldn't be on the street. You can drive, yeah? Can you drive? You say, yes, I can drive. I say, how about I buy a car for you? You just drive, and then you bring whatever is left for me every week, and I think we solve each other's problem. And I did that for so many Nigerians, even while I was studying. So I didn't start today helping Nigerians just because I wanted to go into politics. I can tell you that I've done that for over 15 Nigerians. I have bought cars and let them drive and get off the street and do something in their life. And that's the little I could do to contribute. So while I was contributing to politically, I was contributing to people's lives economically in the best way I could as a job. Thank God for the support of everyone, especially my parents and everyone who supported me to be able to have a footing and to be able to do that. While I was in the university, I was also a problem solver. I developed many programs which helped us I was not a programmer by profession, but during the course of serving Nigerians, we had a problem then. And that problem was we didn't have WhatsApp messengers and Telegram messengers at that time. And one problem we had was that whenever as the general secretary, I was to send messages to all Nigerians, I discovered that when I sent to all the people on my contact list, not only do I spend a lot of money, but my battery dies. Yeah. So I thought, is there a way I could send message to all my members and all the members of Nigeria, without my phone dying and without maybe paying too much. And that was how I decided to develop a program. I developed a messenger for us in Nigeria, before WhatsApp came out, before Telegram came out, we had our own messenger. In the messenger, you send a message in the messenger, and everybody gets an SMS on their phone at the same time. Our phone didn't need to die. I developed the program myself. I wrote the code for it myself. I learned to program myself by reading on the internet, looking at what people did, and I developed the program myself. And even while we were doing that, we discovered another problem. In the hostel we used to live, we didn't have good internet connection. I was not a network specialist. at that time, but I decided to solve the problem. So I took interest in computer networking, and I went, while studying medicine, I went to write exam in computer networking, and I passed it. I became an N+ certified network specialist, and CompTIA in N+ network certified specialist. And I began trying to solve Nigeria problem. And I developed an internet connection for Nigerians in the hostel. And it extended not just from Nigeria to everyone. Yes, everyone, many Nigerians know that. I mean, while I was in the hostel, there was no internet connection. There was just only mobile internet. There was no Wi-Fi then. There was no broadband internet. So everyone was looking for an internet that was affordable and all of that. And I developed a means by which people who knew me were able to get a very fast internet connection through me. So I was more like the unofficial internet service provider. And I was able to solve problems. So, what am I trying to drive at? I've always been trying to gather Nigerians together, convene Nigerians, solve Nigerians' problem, even sometimes stray out of my profession, take risks. By the way, when I started trying to solve this internet problem, I failed the first time. I failed. A lot of people gave me money to help them to solve the problem. I wasn't successful. I had to refund them their money. But a few people believed in me. A few people said they didn't want their money back. They said when you do business, if you share in not only the gains, but you share in the losses. So Godwin, don't return it to me. Those few people, when I became successful, they enjoyed internet for free till they graduated. It was my payback to them for believing in me. So they enjoyed internet for free till they graduated. They never paid one day for internet subscription. It was my gift back to them for believing in me and for not getting their money back the first time I failed. So it was one of the many things I did, and I always believe that whenever someone helps you, you always kind of have to show your appreciation, not only in words, but deed. So I hope I've been able to give a little bit of my life history. When um, I finished from university and started working, I also thought about how I could, not just as a student now, outside of not being a student, how I could also convene Nigerians together. And the next logical progression is to join a bigger Nigerian community or a Nigerian diaspora organization. And I hope you can see where I'm coming to. And that's what led me towards this path of trying to organize Nigerians together.
Powerful, powerful, awesome, amazing. Dr. Godwin, being Nigeria program is I mean, you're just that ambassador, just that what we call the page boy for the Being Nigerian program. Sadly, we have to go. It runs for half an hour. You've just taken us through the journey. I'm here soaked in, listening to all these story about you, your bio, and I'm excited because this is what this program stands for. Thank you so much for all you do.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope to
Yeah, man.
I hope to be on your show one more time. Thank you so much.
So more of Yema, with your permission, Godwin will have to come give us part 2, part 3, part 4 as time goes on.
Definitely. Like you just mentioned, ambassador of being Nigerian. I think we'll have to make him the ambassador of being Nigerian. Seriously. He deserves it.
Nice.
He deserves it so much. All right. Okay, viewers, thank you so much. I hope you learned so much from the personal story of Dr. Godwin Ibe. He said, be a problem solver. Please try to be a problem solver for your fellow Nigerians. And you see the spirit of Niger. We solve problems. We don't shy away from the face of failure. We embrace it, and that was just the spirit there. Thank you so much, viewers, and you know what? See you next time, same day, and goodbye.
Bye-bye.